Could 2025 be the year that the British conveyancing process is fixed? Today I'm joined by Sally Holdway, who is a conveyancing solicitor. Sally, is 2025 the year that we're going to finally fix conveyancing? Talk to me.
I think it could, Chris. Was that the answer you wanted?
Put some meat on the bones, please.
Okay, so look, I think there's a lot of moving parts which seem as though they might all starting to come together in 2025. We've been off to a flying start, really.
Because we're filming this in mid-Feb, so we're only early days in. What's changed?
I know, a lot's happened already, right? So only, hitting the ground running in 2025. But yes, there's a few things. I think the first thing to mention is the Digital Markets Competition and Consumer Act, which actually just snuck under the radar just before the election last year, which it's a huge act. I mean, a real, insomnia cure if you're interested at all. But one of the things that did is it dragged and dropped the consumer protection regulations into this new act. And that will be giving the CMA enforcement powers, the Competition and Market Authority, direct fining powers, it's looking like, probably from late spring, to be enforcing this much more than we've seen so far from trading standards. Why is that important? Well, if we have all properties listed with all material information in place, and let's face it, we've got the gaps in the listings now, haven't we? Rightmove and the portals have been changing the formats there, so we just have Ask Agents if that's not available. When we start to see those filled up, effectively what we're doing there is pulling the conveyancing information together much earlier in the process. So that's one of the things which we think is going to be a catalyst for properties being marketed as contract ready, with all of that contract paperwork in place, still to be properly assessed by the lawyers, but that huge amount of grunt work has already been done before a buyer even comes along. And once we start to see that enforcement across the board, then we think we're really going to start to see some tangible differences. We are starting to see it in pockets now, by the way, but not everyone is providing all of that material information at the moment.
What else is the government doing to help?
What else? So yeah, as we've said, they've hit the ground running really in 2025. So we've had a raft of announcements. Obviously, we are now setting ourselves up to be one of the AI countries of the world moving forwards with lots of investment. A report was issued with 50 proposals, all of which the government are adopting. And it seems that government really do want to be putting themselves at the forefront there. Because we have the land registry, the way that we protect ownership of property in the UK really is held up around the world as one of the gold standards. And the land registry, again, something which has slipped under the radar. We've had a digital register of the land registry since 2014. They have a service called the Register Extract Service, which has digitised the information that you can access, obviously, from the main land registry website. So that's a great foundation for us to be building on AI. And government have expressed an interest that they want to do that. Now, how are they going to be doing it? Well, we've also had the announcement around the new government app, haven't we? .gov app, as I'm calling it. I'm sure there'll be a fancier name than that. And we know from later this year, you will be able to have a digital version of your driving licence that sits in there. Already that's going to have implications, isn't it? With, one of the huge bottlenecks we have is proving identification of buyers and sellers in the process. There seems to be, again, a clear direction of travel there. Will we have title deeds in the Gov app as well? Let's wait and see. For me, again, that seems an obvious direction of travel. But I think probably the biggest change that we're going to see the impact from soonest is the new project which government announced only a week or two ago with regards to their digitisation project. So they're running a couple of projects. One, looking at local authority data. Can we be making that more digital? Can we be making it available faster? So we don't have to sit around waiting for local searches. But also, what can we be doing generally to be defining those digital protocols? That means the information that goes on the Rightmove data feed can also pass all the way through to the conveyancers and be sent to land registry at the end of the transaction to be making sure that the registration goes through. And if we can define those standards for the industry, then again, that really starts to move the dial. We can really then tangibly start to talk about having transactions done in a matter of days, never mind a matter of months.
So it sounds like the governments are doing its part. We've got this new act with the digital markets thing, which gives it more teeth. And as long as agents do their part with actually getting material information, you solicitors get off the fence and actually start being proactive, 2025 could just be the year things start to move.
It could well be, Chris.
Who knows? Let's see how we get on. Thank you for your time today, Sally.
Thanks, Chris.